So hello and welcome to the Gaunt Marches Freebooters on the Frontier edition. This is the first of 3 sessions. I'm joined by 4 very lovely people. Don't have to introduce them, I think. We introduce their characters. It's much more important. Before we start at the Gauntlet, we often try to set expectations so that everyone is knows what to expect roughly. And we call it CATS, which is not only cute, but also an acronym for concept, aim, tone, and subject matter. And I want to focus on concept. So Gaunt Marches is a community effort. It was kicked off by Spencer some time ago. And the idea is that there are several groups, several GMs, and several groups of adventurers in the same world. Another GM who's also running stuff is Richard Rain. Both of them have finished their first campaign last week, and they kick off the next campaign, I think, next week. So there's a lot of stuff happening, and I do hope that things that they let's say that they interact with the world reacts, the effects ripple out, and then will sooner or later affect you guys as well, and the other way around. So stuff that you're doing is also affecting the other groups. It is the Gaunt Marches is like a sandbox for grown-ups. Think about it like Grand Theft Auto, where you can do everything, not only kill people, but talk to them, enter every building. It is exclusively player-driven, so I have no adventure for you guys, I'm sorry. I have like random tables and a couple of Dyson maps and stuff like that, but what you want to do is completely up to you. There's no mysterious stranger whispering, thrusting a quest on you or something. There are rumors, there are jobs that you can take if you want to, but it's again, it's completely up to you if you want to follow up on the rumors, if you want to do a job, or if you just want to go in one direction and do whatever you want. Maybe the rumor is that in Alamein there's a shortage, like they don't have enough, I don't know, bread or something. You want to steal bread and bring it there. That could be an adventure if you want to. You can live a life of crime. Again, my main point is player agency is the most important thing in this. And I'm following roughly the ideas of Ben Robbins from the West Marches. Cool. We're also using Freebooters on the Frontier, which is a certain version of Dungeon World. It's a bit more gritty. You have very few hit points. Chances are that you will die, so I do advise, if you have the money, get a hireling, because that hireling can be a new character if things go wrong. Or you can send them into the traps, also a good idea. And I think everyone here has already played Dungeon World, so I don't have to explain the basics. 2d6 plus your modifier. Cool. Then the aim. My aim is, to give you the impression of a world that is objective, is there. It will react to your actions. Sometimes if you play for like 1 or 2 hours, you get a bit sloppy in describing things. So please ask me, how do things look like? How does it smell? How does it feel? That brings the game to life. Concerning tone, I don't know. I don't know. I don't care, to be honest. The tone is whatever we make of it. It tends to be in hex crawls. It tends to be to go to the funny side, which is fine for me. If you want to be super dramatic, go for it. And then subject matter, as part of the gauntlet, we're using the X card. I cannot, because there's no adventure I have prepared. I don't know what you guys are up to. Maybe you want to skin people alive and eat them, and somebody finds that, stressful or something, you can always say XGuard, and we remove that element from play. All right. Any comments maybe about tone, ever preferences, questions about the game? Take it as a no. So let's see. Something I forgot to mention, our starting point is our end point, because it's an open table per session. New people can come in if they want, and that's why we do it the way Ben Robbins did it in West Marches. We always start in Gold Bridge, and at the end of the session, we will return to Gold Bridge. And that is where we start today. So I always think when I play role-playing games that it is some kind of television series. So we start the session today with maybe a camera shot over the village. The village lies within the bogs. You can see to the east the sun is rising. You can see that there are fewer and fewer trees. To the north and northeast, there's it's more like a swamp region. It is forested. To the south of the village, there are, if the camera pans around, it looks as if the whole area is flooded. It's like hundreds, thousands of small islands within like a gigantic lake. To the north, there's a forested region, more like a jungle, and out of the forest, there's mesas sticking out. And to the east, it gets drier and drier, and there are red hills and the savanna of what is called the Fields of Elamine. And we do see your characters for the first time, I think, standing in front of, I'm sorry to introduce that vanilla fantasy element, but it is a tavern. You see, the name is The Rat and Monkey. And I think you're standing there side by side. And let's start with Sherman. What do you see? What are you wearing? How do you look like? You're muted.
Edith is wearing beat-up leather armor. He has got a plethora of daggers on his belt and in his boots. His hair is shorn, so it's extremely short. He's nicks and scars on his face. He has an eye patch from his missing eye. I'm saying he's missing his right eye. His teeth are crooked. Many of them are missing. And he's probably salivating a little to get into this tavern and get something to drink.
And how old is he?
I think he's actually pretty young. He's probably like 20 or so. He may actually look 30 from all the wear, but he's a young man.
Awesome. And Kinote, when the camera pans further, who do we see?
Well, we see Dougal the cleric. He's older. He's like 40 something. He wears a leather armor and has some strange marks on his left side of the neck. Strange markings, black markings. He's quite big shouldered and has also a few missing teeth from his old life on the streets. And yeah, he carries a warhammer on his back.
And is there some kind of religious symbol on the hammer, or is there some kind of religious symbol on your clothes?
Yes. No, it's on myself. Around my neck, I carry a black chain with a black stone, which is the symbol of my goddess, Urup, Lady of Shadows.
Cool. And then we have Joao.
Yeah. So I'm playing Alice Mast. Alice Mast is a wizard, and he looks like one. He's wearing robes and a pointy hat. He's around like he's reaching his 40s, but he's trying to get the wizard look because he thought that was expected. He has a beard that he just started growing, so it's not a long beard or anything. He has very pale skin. He used to be an accountant, so he was always like inside a fortress, like working on paperwork and stuff. And he has very he wears these robes that are not like they don't look really good, but and he kind of hides all his skin. And whenever he speaks, he has a very loud voice, and he kind of doesn't seem to have to control his voice.
So it's like an announcer or like a circus director or something, this booming voice. Awesome. And on the side, there's Odon Nagi. Jason, introduce him.
Odin looks pretty battle-worn with beat-up leather armor, well kept, but obviously been used and serviceable with a spear and a shield. He's got his hair is very close cut, and he's sinewy. His face is his cheeks are red because he's been telling this story about this battle he was in a while ago, and he's got a little excited about it. And he's a rather hot-headed, so his cheeks are like red as he got excited when he's telling mostly Ebis because he's a little put off by Ezelmast and Dougal. So
yeah, maybe we cut in like for a discussion that is ongoing between Odon and Ebis, where Odon is telling his battle story. There is a smell in the air. It's as I said, it is morning. I think you probably have just arrived in the village from your last adventure, whatever that adventure was. And there's the smell of burning peat in the air. They're like in the morning, the village people, they do cook on peat ovens. There's also you can feel the heat of the day coming. It is summer. There's the smell of the swamps and the bog wafting over the village as well. And yeah, you're standing in front of the tavern. Sherman, what are you doing? You're sorry, Abyss, what are you doing? You're salivating.
I think I am listening to Odon's story. I am I'm nodding, but in my head, I'm probably like, oh, he is so full of shit. I know that didn't happen, at least not the way he told it. And probably at some point, I'll slap him on the shoulder to try and distract him from telling his story, so we're gonna stop standing out here and get inside the tavern.
And the rest of you guys, are you following? Yeah, I assume so.
Yeah.
So let's see. Inside the tavern, it's what's it called? The host, the owner of the joint is sweeping the floor, probably not expecting guests that early. Looks over to you and grunts something between like and good morning, and goes on sweeping the floor.
are we getting that drink?
Let's get that drink. You're buying this time, right? I think it was your turn. I'm pretty sure.
Odin will ponder that for a moment. Maybe he's right. All right, then.
Is Odin pretty smart, or is he?
He's fine, average.
Right, okay.
He's mostly average, right, with the wits. But he has a fondness for Ebis and believes most of the thing he says. He's been through a lot.
Okay.
So when you sit around the table, I don't know, one of you has a very rough map of the area. You can see the map on the tab of your character sheet, which says map. You've also, every one of you have heard one rumor that you could follow up on. You can discuss freely what you want to do. Remember that your main drive is to get rich. You want to get silver pieces or, you know, gold statues or anything. It could be that if you're the wizard or the cleric, that money is just a means to an end, but you want that money anyways. So you can exchange your rumors that you've heard while you are talking, and you know, you get your what do you order? They have I think they have goat milk. They have some kind of beer, and they have strong liquor.
Beer for me, please.
Same.
So
Yeah, beer for me.
Odin also lost his his last hireling during their last adventure, and so he is interested in getting some sort of link boy to help carry his shield because he doesn't want to always carry it. Alas, his poor Janos Vordkova was slain in his last link boy. Sorry, I cracked myself up.
That's okay. If nobody else is laughing, somebody has to.
I'm going to tell her to watch this. And
While you're sitting around the table, drinking your beer, I'm not sure what Elismast is doing.
Oh, I'll order the strong liquor they have at the
Awesome.
tavern. And I'll announce in a very loud voice that I'm looking for a bodyguard.
Yeah, there are, you know, although the whole place is just open, there are a couple of people who, you know, just slept there at the table. A couple of more entering from, you know, the place, the dormitory or whatever it's called, where you can actually sleep. There are a couple of people who do look as if they fit your description. So let's see. We have. So somebody is looking for just a carrier. I think Odin, you're looking for somebody to carry your shield.
Yeah, and some of my gear here.
And then let's see. Elismast is looking for someone to protect him, I guess.
Yes.
So there are 4 people in the tavern at the moment who are in general like slightly interested in being hired. I can describe them. The way freebooters work, you can also say, I want that kind of person, and then you roll and you see if that kind of person is available. So I can introduce the 4 that are already there. There's an older woman with a missing eye, maybe that attracts Evis attention. I'm not sure.
Is it the right eye?
It is the right eye.
All right.
And she wears a short bow on her. And she looks like she has also like I don't know, hides of animals, and so she looks like a trapper or something, like a ranger maybe. There's a very young guy with dreadlocks sitting in one corner and still sleeping. Wears a dagger. There's a tattooed, pretty attractive person with a mace and a chain and shield, so it looks like a fighter. And then we have somebody in bright yellow robes who's reading something. Looks like, I don't know, she also has let's say pouches and looks like a herbalist of some kind. So any one of these four, do they look interesting?
I'm interested in the person with the mace and the chain shirt.
So yeah, you approach them. Let's see. It is a woman actually, and she says, "What do you want?"
Are you looking for some adventure, my friend?
I do. I do. What do you offer?
So I'm not sure how the system works for hirelings. Do we pay them upfront, or can we strike a deal of some sort?
You can try to strike a deal, of course.
Okay.
One thing in front. So they have they have their rate. They want, let's say, 1 or 2 silver pennies a day. But they also have a cost, and the cost is something that they desire. So it could be something like attention, or it could be something like fame. And you can only find out what their cost is if you talk to them a little bit.
Oh, I see. Okay. So I'll point towards the table. I'll say, "Oh, we have this fine group of adventurers here, and we're going on a quest. We still don't know what quest it is, but I'm pretty sure there's lots of riches and fame waiting for us. And as you can see, I'm getting old, and I'm not exactly a fighter, so I need someone to protect me. Would you be interested?"
Okay, make your roll 2d6 plus your charisma.
Okay, what are we using for rolls? Are we using something online or rolling dice?
I mean, you can use physical dice if you want, but I also have a room. Let's see. Roll for your party. I will copy it into, let's see, the chat here.
Okay.
So slowly uncommon polecat.
Okay, I have +1 charisma, so there we go. I got an 8.
So on an 8, he says, my friend, you do see as if you need protection, but you don't look as if you can pay me.
So yeah, I was thinking of offering you a proposition here. I'm pretty sure we're gonna find lots of riches on our way, and I was intending to offer you a cut of my own cut.
Oh wow, that sounds awesome! And he caresses your cheeks, very friendly like, and she says, "Man, I'm in."
Okay.
So, anyone else interested in a hireling?
I am.
So, the other 3, they do look maybe not like the type that you're looking for. So what you can do is you describe what you're looking for, like, for example, a strong person to carry stuff, and then you roll if you can find someone in the village that fits the bill.
Yeah, I'm just looking for a young farmer who can carry some stuff around and maybe has a torch or something in case we need that.
Awesome. So roll 2d6.
So how do I use this roll thing? I just put re-roll or submit, I guess.
Yes, you can. Can you click them? Because sometimes if you have a virus program or something, you can't. You have to first allow the page. If you, oh yeah, you can click them.
Okay. It looks like the same thing came out. I don't see anything else.
Let's see. Roll selected. So you have a 9.
Okay. All right. I don't have I'm rolling charisma again, or
Yeah, do that. Yeah, no. If you're looking for someone that is not around yet, you roll plus nothing. So you have a 9.
Okay. Good. All right.
So let's see. The demand credit. No one here fits the bill. They are less than ideal. I think the guy you find is very young. Is like maybe 16 or 17, and he does look as if he's very slow in his mind. So he has no shoes. He does have a torch, and I think he stands outside and is playing the banjo.
Oh, well, this guy sounds like he actually fits the bill. This is way better than my last link boy for sure. So I'll approach him and I say, I have 2 silver pieces for you to come with me, young man. And all you have to do is carry this bedroll and this 20 feet of rope and light your torch when I say.
He says, I'm in.
All right.
Takes your hand.
Well, I don't know about that. I mean, I'll just.
he has very muddy hands as well. Back in the tavern, you sit now with 6 people around the table. All of you got already a rumor. What you could do is you can try to mingle with the locals and ask around for more information. You can share the rumors that you have heard. I try
to ask some locals around here about these missing children. I've heard there are many missing children around these villages and these bogs, and the rumor is some fey queen is taking them.
That doesn't sound very profitable.
No, man.
So we're gonna sell them if we find them?
I have a female wizard who hides her treasure in a cave to the north. That seems pretty easy. I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
We could find out if we know where a pool of water to the north is, and this is easy money, people.
Yeah.
Just like the last job.
Let's see. Dougal, you are inquiring for the missing children, and you hear, it's not that they are in this village that there are like dozens of children missing. There's one family whose 2 boys have been stolen, and they say that in the villages, in the bogs, and in the swamps to the north, there are actually more villages where children were missing, and these 2 peat farmers, they offer you as a compensation that if you bring back their children, that you will get their hut.
Okay. Well, what you said, their hut.
Yeah. It's like a small hut.
Yeah.
It's everything they have.
That's interesting. But yeah, I'll say them, I'll do what I can. I'll see if I find them. We'll see. Nothing more. Don't promise them anything.
Yeah, they have there's a flash of hope in their faces. Okay. But if you say nothing more, then they return to their daily chores.
Yeah.
So then we have a wizard under a pool of water. Anyone interested in that?
I definitely am. I'll slap my good friend Thomas here and tell him, let's go, Thomas. All we got to do is convince these others. Surely you can do that with your banjo playing.
Oh, no need to do that for me. Like wizard, I'm in. Like, if there's any kind of knowledge I can acquire, sure.
So the wizard is a female, a lesmast. Does that make her a wizard dress? Wizard dress? But
Oh
I've
no,
always been confused about those.
No, Alice Mask is a man. Yeah.
No, I mean the wizard that we're going to is rumored to
Oh, I
be a
see.
female.
Oh, I see.
So would you call her a wizard dress or how?
Well, I'm not really sure. Okay.
And so one thing, the fighter that has joined Alice Mast, I will copy her stuff on the character sheet. So let's see how to do it. So she's called Geza, and I put her on your character sheet, like below your character sheet, if that's okay.
Yeah, sure.
Yes. Cool. So, any more rumors you want to at least discuss, or is that the final decision of you guys?
Well, if we're not feeling very inspired, I've heard that the spring water of the goat beard grants visions. In case anyone is interested in some sort of tripping experience.
I mean, Dougal could be theoretically interested in spiritual experiences.
Yeah, it sounds interesting, but not really now. I think this money thing probably will serve us better for now.
Oh, okay.
And on the way, we can maybe find this stuff or not.
Sounds good.
I'll throw out there that I've heard a rumor that there is a magical beast, a unicorn that lives in the forest to the north. I believe it's to the north. And that its ground horn is worth a great deal to wizards. Is that correct? As I say that, looking at the wizard.
Well, I'm pretty sure it is. I'm pretty sure we can make some really good money out of that. If we can capture the beast.
Sounds dangerous.
More dangerous than going after a wizard?
Surely a wizard can't harm us. Good stab from this spear here and we'll be fine.
All right. If we're going to do this thing, let's do it.
So I'd say let's do it. Do you feel prepared? Do you have bought the stuff that you want to buy? Do you have enough rations, for example?
How far is each hex? Do we know?
So the map that you do have is the most crappiest map that you can imagine. So it's very like unprecise. You would say that one hex is probably so the road to Eelton, you know, is about 4 days, but it's on the road, which is obviously the fastest way to travel. Through the forests, let's see. So it is about the distance is one hex is roughly, you would say, so on my map I have a better map obviously than you, and there the forest is 2 hexes a day. So for you it would be like half a hex or something.
Half a hex a day?
Yeah, through difficult terrain.
So Is there anybody in this in the? It's called the Red Monkey. Is that right?
The rat and monkey.
Oh, rat and monkey. Oh, nice. All right. So, has anyone heard of this wizardess that's lives to the north at all?
One of the old lady that was reading, or the lady that was reading like some kind of scroll or something, she looks up and she comes over and she says, I mean, for a drink, I might tell you something that you don't know.
Oh, a drink sounds fantastic. For I am sure that it is Ebus's turn to purchase these said drinks.
I roll my eyes. Really? All right. Sit, woman. We'll buy you a drink.
She, she puts up the beer, drinks a little bit like Trump with two hands, and she looks really pleased. And she says, "So listen, this is dangerous business you're getting into, but it's like 5-6 days north of here. There's a pool of water, and it has been sealed. That the wizard is dead, and it is sealed for a reason. I tell you, if you go there, tell your next of kin that it's the last of your days and give them all your money. Better even give it to me."
Yeah, Odin, that sounds way easy.
You know that these wizardresses, they are always exacerbating and exaggerating on everything. It's unbelievable that it can't be that dangerous. She's dead, they said. Sealed, right?
It is sealed. It is sealed because a grave danger lies below there.
I'm not pretty sure I believe this. I think it's just rumors. And if I were a wizard and I wanted to protect my riches, I would do exactly the same. I would like tell people that I'm too dangerous. I think this is going to be easy.
I'm warming up the Elzamast already.
I was playing my my vice of being doubtful. So.
Oh yeah, it's something maybe to consider. You get experience for playing your vices and traits. So think about them. Cool. I think we unless you want to do anything else in the tavern, we can cut to, it is now noon. The sun is beating down on you, and you're standing outside the the fence of that surrounds the village. There is an old trade route that leads to the west, and there's a path that leads to the northeast, and there's like an animal trail leading up to the north. What do you do?
Holy cow, that was too much. Can you say that again quick?
Yeah, there's an old trading road. It's it looks like from some kind of ancient empire that has fallen. You all heard the stories of the fallen empire. They were able to build these roads and streets, and you can see this big, like incredibly square, cobblestones leading to the west. There's a path, like people seem to take it regularly to the east, to the northeast, and there's an animal trail leading up to the north.
Path, you guys? Does that sound better? I don't know. Animal trail makes me nervous.
Yeah, even though it goes in the right direction, it doesn't seem very safe.
Cool, awesome. So it sounds like you're taking the path to the northeast. So the way it works is you plot a course. You just plotted a course, and I tell you how far you get, and then we are abstracting the travel. So we're traveling through dangerous lands, which means there's one of you who scouts ahead and someone who navigates. If you have the rules before you, it's on page 19. So scout ahead is plus wisdom, and navigate is plus intelligence.
Well, I can navigate. I think I probably have the highest intelligence.
Yeah, the order is always you first scout, because that informs the second roll.
All right.
Anyone with high wisdom? Yeah, is it?
Yeah,
it
I
is?
do. I have a high wisdom. I have a 13.
Okay. So when you set onto the path, what is your marching order, so to speak? So it looks like the scout is ahead, which is Odon, and then second, it looks like Elismast is second.
Yes. Yeah. Me and my bodyguard.
Yeah. And then who's last?
I'll take last.
Take the rear, and then Dugal is safe,
Yeah,
and Sutton. All right, Jason, make your roll.
Oh shit! I forgot we got a thing. Darn,
Yeah, you can also roll physical dice, whatever.
So it doesn't like pop up when I hit. I'm supposed to hit submit, maybe. Yeah. Did it roll?
No, it didn't. What you can do is, let's see. You can just roll physical dice. I mean, I don't care.
All right. So I rolled a 4. So plus 1 wisdom, 5.
Oh no.
Awesome. You can burn luck to get a 6, but that doesn't really help. You can burn luck, and somebody could theoretically try to help you, I guess.
I vote we just see what happens.
I agree.
Yeah. Awesome. So I think, how does your scouting look like? I mean, it does sound as if you are, ahead of the group.
Yeah, I mean, I was figuring that my porter would be back with the others, because all he's really carrying is my rope and bedroll, and so I have my shield and my spear out, and just kind of looking around, seeing what's going on. I am kind of a self-absorbed guy, so maybe I'm not the greatest scout, but I'm rather perceptive, I guess. So, however that works.
Cool. So
I would say maybe 20 feet ahead of. I mean, we're on a path. Right? Yeah, we're on a path, so I could still easily see them, I think, most of the time. But
yeah, I think your porter tries to keep up with you, but he's constantly distracted by something. So you need to call him back. Sometimes he stands in the mud like knee deep, and he would drown if you wouldn't call out for him. And so let's look at my random table. Nice. Let's see. D12. And it's super old school. I don't know if you know these red box dice.
good. I'm just interested that you're using a D12 instead of 2D6.
That is actually a very good point. It is a 2D6. You're completely right.
Oh, okay.
The D12.
I would think so, because the curve would be better then, and you could.
Exactly. The D12 is for discoveries, and you just fucked up your roll. So.
Yes. I'm kind of glad. I love random tables, so. Sorry, guys.
Awesome. And then all right, and then Alice Must is rolling the navigation roll. I think you can. So you would be approached by a danger, but your navigation skills can somehow mitigate the danger.
All right. So I hope roll plus intelligence, right?
Yes.
Okay. There we go. I got a 8.
So I choose. So obviously you encounter a danger, and the scout doesn't get the drop on them. It's the other way around. So what happens is, Odon, you're scouting ahead, and you see before you like a, what's it called, a glade, like a clearing, and maybe you're a bit hesitant to just run out into the clearing when you hear a dark, like a deep growling voice. Drop your shit, man, or I kill you. It's the voice is behind you.
I'll lower my spear. I'll drop my spear. Take it easy. Nothing to worry about. All is well. I'm an honorable man.
Yeah, you had bad luck because I'm a robber. What do you have on you?
So I'm going to stall as much as I can, assuming these other guys are going to show up. Like, where do you mean? I have some pockets, and I have this shield. You probably need some food, or maybe some water. You sound really thirsty.
My friend, that's my natural voice. I'm only interested in gold and silver. Don't bullshit me. And at that moment, I think the three of you and your retainers, you see that Odon is standing next to that clearance, and behind him is a guy. Like, he's short. He's like 1 meter 60. What is that? 5'3" or something? 5'2" maybe. And he's clad in like plate armor. He has a crossbow in his hands, and he holds the crossbow like 5 centimeters from Odon's head. But I think he has not heard you because he's in a discussion. What do you do?
Can I sneak up on this guy?
You can definitely try. So let's see. As a thief, you have a thing, don't you?
Move silently?
And let's see. Yeah, I forgot. You all have this currency. The fighter has metal, the thief has cunning, and so forth. But you need to prepare. You need to say that. I think the thief has to brood in silence. But you always start, I think, with, let's see. You start with cunning equal to your current level plus int. What is your intelligence bonus?
It is 1, so I have 2.
Yeah, you have 2. So you can indeed, when you sneak from one place to another, name a goal with inside, which is the guy, and roll plus dex.
You want to do that?
What did you get?
I think I got a 7. Plus my dex is 9.
And you can choose one from the list.
I'll take the first one. They notice you right away, but you have the upper hand and take +1 forward.
And what is Dugal doing?
Well, I think I'll pray to Urup to bless, how is it, Odon, and to give him protection from this brother. Trying to create some shadow around him, or maybe
cool.
prepare an escape or something.
Yeah, so let's see. We need to talk a bit about your blessing. So you want to protect Odon by creating some kind of shadow. What did you say?
Yes, I want for to create some shadow around him to let him escape from this crossbow he fires.
Okay, and then so let's see. What do we have to do? Describe the boon you wish to bestow, how it falls within your deity's domain. I mean, she's the Lady of Shadows, makes sense. And it would like darken the area around Odon, so that potentially it's a bit more difficult for the dwarf to hit.
Yeah.
Cool. So roll 2d6 plus charisma.
So it's a 7.
And when you is it like do you whisper something? Is it like a hand gesture? Is the shadows, does it come out of your fingertips?
Yeah, I whisper. I talk to Urup and ask her to protect Odon. It's voice.
And then let's see. Okay. And then what is Elismas doing?
For now, I'm just waiting to see what's going to happen. I thought about casting a spell, but I don't want to get too close. And my sword doesn't allow me to cast spells from too far. So.
I mean, you pay close attention to the situation, I guess. I would assume that that is perceive.
Yes.
So let's get that roll on the table as well. Let's see. Perceive is probably plus wisdom, I would assume. Yes. If you pay close attention to a person, place, or thing, that's what you're doing, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm analyzing the situation, see what's my next move. Right, so I roll plus wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I get a 4.
Nice, that's a good roll.
That's a good roll. Remember that every time you fail a roll, you get an XP. So there's a good side and a bad side. All right. So got your names. Ibis, describe how you try to sneak up on the guy, and why does he see you and still you get the upper hand?
I draw, slowly draw a dagger out of a sheath, and I'm making my way towards him. But maybe it's I'm using a tree here or there to get closer, so he does not see me. I think at the last moment he sees me out of the corner of his eye. But he's between a rock and a hard place. Deal with the thing that's sneaking up on me, or deal with this big dude in front of me who I was trying to heist.
And while you sneak up and he sees you out from the corner of your eyes, Odon, you you feel that all of a sudden the sunlight around you seems to dim. And you also feel that the attention of the guy who's very clearly holding some kind of weapon, pointing some kind of weapon towards you, is for for a very small part of a second distracted. What do you do?
I'll just drop and roll and grab my spear and then set myself, on one knee with my shield forward. I fear you've made a grave mistake, robber.
Awesome. So I think he's trying to. I think he's trying to shoot Ibis because so he drops to the back. He falls on his back, turns around and shoots at you, Ibis. What do you do?
I think the Ibis would try to dive out of the way, like behind some bushes or a tree, or just hit the ground to get out of his shot.
I think this is you react with dexterity. Is that true?
Yes.
So make a saving throw, and Odon, you see that the guy, you're on your knees, you have your spear out, the guy's on your back, and he's shooting at Ibis. What do you do?
Well, my spear has reach, so I'm going to just, I'll try to see if I can at least hurt him, or at least stop, the weapon from hitting my friend Ibis.
Awesome. So you could say your main objective is to hurt the guy, or your main objective is to prevent him from shooting Ibis.
I'll prevent him from shooting Ibis.
Awesome. What did you roll, Ibis?
That's 8, 9, and then 11.
So 11. So you definitely jump out of the way. The bolt hits a tree, the tree behind which you are hiding. And I think it makes sense, Odon, to roll what's it called? It's not hack and slash. It is fight or something. Strike. No, it's fight. So it's 2d6 plus strength.
I got 8.
So deal your damage. So what's happening now? It's getting really confusing. We have let's see. We have Dougal, who is in the back, still whispering his blessing. Although you can see that the darkness is now dissolving. You have Alice Musk, who looks a bit confused, trying to read the situation, but completely misses the 3 guys sneaking up on him. And we have Ibis, who is behind a tree, and we have Odon trying to kill, I would guess, the dwarf. So what did you roll?
8. I have an 8.
So let's see. So they have
Do I add my strength to the damage? Sorry.
No. It's just the.
Oh, just on the attack. I see.
So they have 2. Yes, the dwarf has 2 armor. That means it's not piercing your weapon. Do you have piercing damage? No. So. Yeah, you really hurt the guy. So describe the thrust, or describe the attack.
Well, I was trying to affect his shot, so I'm basically gonna just try and jab him, right through. I kind of picture me on the side of him because I rolled off, so right through his shoulder and into his chest, into his lung area if I can.
Definitely. So you see that you hear a very, very terrible sound of the spear entering not only probably breaking some kind of ribs on the way in, and then you thrust it and you feel the lungs collapsing while you thrust the spear in. And he's gurgling blood, and he's trying to scream but can't. But you do see out from the corner of your eye, Odon, that there are 3 guys sneaking up on Alice Must. So I think, Ibis, what are you doing?
Do I see the 3 guys sneaking up on Alice Moss?
No, I think, Ibis, your focus is on the dwarf that Odon is fighting. But Odon, are you saying something?
Yes, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'll shout out to him. Alice Moss, watch it. More enemies are coming.
And Alice Must, how do you react?
Well, I'll look back and I'll see the 3 guys coming, and then immediately I'll try to cast my Stargate, Ragarami's Stargate spell, to try to teleport myself to like a little bit farther away, so the guys will not get the drop on me.
Cool. So let's talk about this for a second. Hold on. So we need to talk about the duration would be instantaneous, or yeah, you just walk through. I think the effect is minor, which is 1 power point. The range is close because you want to get, I assume, behind. Yeah, well, it's reach.
Yes.
Is it? No, I think it's near, because close and reach is within arm's reach or within the weapon's reach.
Okay.
But you want to be behind them, so that's 3, and itself. So it is. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's 4, which means I need to use the spell component, because my power is 3 with my starting power plus my staff.
Awesome. So what kind of spell component is it?
So for this spell, it's like it's kind of a powder. It's like a metal powder, like some sort of like mining rock that was crushed into a powder that reminds of like stardust. So it's like it's
Cool.
glittery and yeah.
And
I throw it over myself and then I'm supposedly disappear.
Nice.
If it works.
Okay, if it works, exactly. So make your roll.
Okay, so it's plus intelligence.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Okay. I got a 4 again.
Craziness.
Do I get XP for that?
You get another XP. That's the good news. So I think what's happening is you do disappear, and you are in between these worlds. You're in some kind of in between realm, and what do you see? What makes it obvious that you left the plane of existence?
So I'm seeing everyone and everything, but it's all very distorted. Like it looks like there's like an image filter over everyone. It's like a flickery, and like everything has this bluish tint, and like flickering.
Awesome. I think you see the whole scene from behind the 3 dwarves. And it's as if you are moving through molasses or something. You slow down and you can't get out, and you do feel there's a presence, something otherworldly behind you. It's like a. What's your alignment?
It's chaotic.
Yeah, it's something that judges you, and it judges you and feels that you are definitely not worth it. Cool. Ibis, you hear Odon shouting, and I assume that you turn around and you do see the three guys sneaking up on. It looks like Ellis must, he's throwing the circle, like the half circle of the sparkly dust around him, and he does disappear. And the three guys stand there and then look around, and they're a bit confused for a second. What do you do? You're still muted.
I think. Oh. I'm laying on the ground, right? Because I had dodged out of the way from the attackers.
Yeah, I pictured it that you were jumping behind a tree, so not necessarily on the ground, but you can.
Oh, no, that's good enough. I'll hide in shadow. I'm going to hide behind this tree until one of them comes close enough to harm.
Nice. You do see that that Dougal is still standing there, just finishing his prayer. So he does seem to be in a dangerous situation.
Where are they? Are they behind him?
They are behind him and where Ellis Must was standing.
Dang. All right, I'll launch a dagger at one of them. The closest one to him.
Yeah. Cool. You do that, and then obviously make your roll, which is shoot or throw in this case, and Dougal. You have obviously heard there's like a shout of surprise when Ellis Must is disappearing.
Well, I turn around because I heard Odon warners and take my warhammer and wait for them.
They do spread out in a half circle around you. Odon, what are you doing? You see Ellis Must disappearing, Ibis getting his dagger out, and Dougal drawing his warhammer.
All right, so I will have a war shout and jump into the midst of them and attacking, charging headlong into battle against overwhelming odds. So I'm going to use my no guts, no glory move here.
Awesome. Let me read this out. So we charge headlong into battle against overwhelming odds. Indeed. Burn one wisdom. Interesting. Okay, you do that.
All right. All right, so I got a 9.
Cool. You did burn your wisdom, did you?
I did, yes.
Oh.
I didn't.
And so, yeah. So we see. So Odon, describe your attack.
So yeah, like I jump to my feet and rush, shouting my Goat Bridge battle cry. I don't know what it is. Go rushing in there, trying to get everyone's attention. So awesome. I have to choose 2 of these, right? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. 2 of the options.
So I'll take a +1 armor, and then they're interested in me.
That means Dougal. It does like you hear the what do goats do? Do they bleak?
I don't know. Yeah, I think I did the sheep, didn't I? For my goat man, I always do the I don't know. Goat rage.
Yeah. And I also see that they are completely focused on this weirdo who is just jumping in the midst of them and stabbing and thrusting his spear. So you do feel like there's an opening for you.
Well, I tried to pick one and try to hit him with my hammer.
And how does that look like? Is it is it more like a swing? Do you try to smash his head into
I think
pieces.
it will be a swing, a lateral swing, and try to hit him in the head.
All right. So roll fight.
Okay. It's 11.
And give do your damage, please.
It's D6. Yeah, 4. 4 damage. And 1 is piercing.
And one is piercing.
Yeah.
So you do actually do 3 damage. Let's see. Dwarves. And second, please. Ibis, you were throwing your dagger. Did you roll?
I did. It was an 11.
And did you roll damage?
Not yet. 3.
So you do see that. I mean, they're wearing this, this plate mail, and you see that you probably hit, I don't know, some kind of juncture between the in the shoulder, but it makes like small damage and then gets deflected. So you think that maybe a dagger is not the best weapon to use in this case. And which dwarf did you choose? The one that Dougal is fighting, or the other two?
I was probably throwing at the one Dougal is fighting because he was closest to him.
Cool. So yeah, he is actually in pain. And then before we go to Alice Must, because we're all interested what kind of creatures behind you, let's have, I think, hold on. Yeah, you're probably trying to hit these guys, don't you?
Yeah.
So the way it looks like is there are two, and as I was describing that they're like separating a little bit, and they're one is trying to get behind you. So how do you engage them in battle?
I'm really focusing on them, taunting them with their poor dwarvish beards, and so hopefully then I can draw them to me, keeping one shield strong, and then jabbing at the other one with my spear.
Yeah. All right. You do that.
Yeah. Roll.
5. Yeah.
An 8.
So how it looks like is, yeah, you have your shield out, and one of them is hitting your shield with the axe, so you can barely withstand the impact of the blow, and at the same time you're jabbing your spear into one of the guys, and he is hitting you with the axe that he has. So let's see. Deal your damage.
D8. 5.
5. It's a 3, and then I roll their damage. Let's see. Oh, that was a wrong die. It's just 1.
Okay, so I have 3 armor. Yeah, I have 3 right now. So.
Yeah, so it doesn't even, it glances off your armor. But you see that he is inhaling to let loose. He's trying to grab his. He has like a horn at his. All right, but now back to Alice Must.
Did I damage one of them? Oh yeah, you said 2 points, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we have just to describe it. We have one who is still on the ground. That's the one that you hit first. He's trying to get up now. It's the one, the first one. Then you have the one with which Dougal is fighting, and Ibis also threw his dagger at, and he's pretty hurt. And then there's the one that you're the two that you're fighting, and one of them is also injured. So, Elismas, what do? Is your main objective to trying to get away from the creature, or is it mainly to get back to the real world?
I'm definitely trying to get back. I'm trying to figure out what went wrong and trying to like teleport back to the world. It's dangerous, but like the real world is dangerous, but it doesn't seem as dangerous as this.
So you feel like it's like a crystalline hand, and it lays its hand on your shoulders, and it has long glass fingernails, and you know you can leave now, but you will take it with you to the real world.
Okay.
Or you can try to stay there and get away from it first.
Yeah, I guess I'll try to do that because I know we have enough trouble in the.
Yeah, and from your perspective, the fight that you do see the fight, through this wobbly blue filter, but it's like they're fighting really, really slow. So you're ahead of them time-wise.
Oh, I see. Okay, so I'll try to like dodge my shoulder off this hand.
Do you think that you're shrugging him off? Is it more like, do you use your constitution? Do you use strength? What kind of saving throw is it?
I think it would be probably strength because this thing is like grabbing my shoulder.
Yeah, you could also say you wiggle out. That would be more dexterity, but it's more like you throw his arms or its arms aside. That's probably strength.
Yeah. Okay. So roll. Make a saving throw.
Yeah, make a saving throw.
Right. I got an 8.
So let's see. You do it, but there's a catch. Worst outcome, hard bargain, or ugly choice. Do you have a good idea?
I think, I don't know, maybe while I struggle, the hand could like grasp me and maybe like scratch me with this glass nails.
Yeah, and that's a good idea. So you do shrug it off, and it's these glass nails, they scratch you, and you see that there are these small crystalline fragments in your in the wounds.
Okay.
Take, let's say, 3 damage.
That knocks me off. I have 3 hit points.
That's the way it is. So
Yeah.
I think the moment you lose consciousness, the other guys fighting see your body materializing in the real world, or flickering in and out of this weird realm in the real world. All right, Ibis, what are you doing?
I think Ibis is stepping back behind the trees. It's going to try and circle around so that he's behind these guys, so he can get a shot at one of them.
Yeah. So you definitely had the time to try to sneak into the shadows. So let's see. So it's moves. What do you think? It's moved silently, isn't it?
Yeah.
Was it hiding shadow? Yeah. Okay, make your roll.
Oh wow, 12.
Awesome. I was thinking 12 should be like give you something extra, but it's not part of the rules. Let's see. What do you choose? Oh no, you don't have to choose anything. You just get
Right.
the +1 forward. Yeah, just describe. I would say that the super bonus on a 12 plus here is that you can actually sneak up behind someone, and you don't have to roll. You're behind them. You can just stick your knife in their throat or something and give you damage.
Okay. Did you say one of them was about to blow a horn?
Yes.
That's
But
the one
that is the one who is fighting Odon. But you can can definitely pick him.
Yeah, I want to take a shot at him before he blows that horn.
Awesome.
So is that what, to fight? Or just roll damage?
I would just say roll your damage. I mean, he can't see you. You have time to aim.
That's a grand total of 1, but 1 piercing.
All right. And yeah, you definitely hit. So, and I think that the dagger is actually sticking out of it. I don't know, like his shoulder or something, where the armor's not protecting him. Dugal. So you made your lateral swing. The guy was stumbling back a little bit, but now he's rushing into you and trying to knock you over and decapitate you. What do you do?
Yeah, I see him in pain, and I just cry, "Just die!"
Just die.
And hit him with my hammer again.
So you want to primarily hurt him. It's not that you want to primarily defend yourself.
No, I just want to kill him. Yeah.
Let's do it.
So that's fight. Huh?
Yes.
It's 5.
Yeah. Make your XP indeed. And then the guy. So I think what happens is that he is much more dexterous than you thought. He's just sidestepping your swing. Your hammer is carrying you, like taking you out of balance, and he just strikes you from behind. And this is 4 points of damage, unless you have a.
Have 1 armor, so
yeah.
3. Yeah, great.
And Odon, so you have the one guy he wanted to blow his horn, but is now a dagger sticking out of his throat and has other problems. And then there's the guy behind you, or like half behind you. What do you do? You're still muted.
I am going to use my favored weapon here, but I'm going to do it when I deal damage. So I'm going to try and take out. It seems like that Ibis has a good handle on this other guy, so I'll try and finish off. I'll try and finish off the other guy.
Awesome.
With my spear here. All right, so that would be a 7. And I'd like to basically I'm running up with my spear and I'm trying to shove it through him and stick him against the tree so he would be hindered, so he would not be able to do much.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So let's see. Does your favorite weapons gives you anything?
Yeah, I'm using metal. I'm dealing damage with a favored weapon, and it says I can inflict a condition if I do damage. If I can do damage. So with the duration equal to int plus Int, yeah. 1 plus int, basically.
1%. Yeah. So what's your intelligence bonus?
Nothing.
Nothing. So it's duration 1 is like, you know,
History.
1 blow, 1 exchange of blows. You pin him to the tree, and then you have 1 action to do. All right. So the way I picture it, you know, you run forward, you put the spear inside the guy, and he is with his axe over you, and you know, just lets his axe fall. And let's see, and gives you 4 damage. Does it kill you?
No.
Cool.
Cool.
But he's definitely, you know, he's attached to the tree for a heartbeat where you can do whatever you want.
Okay, does he take damage as well?
Yeah, roll your damage, I'm sorry.
8.
Holy shit. How do you kill him?
Well, basically, when I shoved it through it, when he came down with his overhand strike, I just right through his heart and shoved him into the chest, into the tree, with my spear sticking out of him.
Holy crap. Yeah, he's very dead.
So I use my armor. So if he did 4 to me, then I take 1 if I have 3.
Yeah, if you have
Okay.
3 armor, you take 1.
All right, thank you.
And then I lost track a little bit. Dougal, you exchange blows. Oh yeah, you rolled a fumble. The guy hurt you, I think. And
Yeah.
so you have regained your balance. And there are 2. Let's see. Yeah, there are 2 that are not dead. The first guy that tried to rob Odon, but he's trying to run away. And then there's the one that you're fighting with, and he's injured.
Yes.
So
he hit me. I go
Yeah.
a bit back, and I pray to my God to curse him and blind him for a moment. Make
Awesome.
shadows in his eyes.
Yeah, you lay, as you said, a shadow over his eyes. Wow, cursing. So let's go over the.
So this one.
What was within your deity's domain? Yeah, you just roll, I think.
Okay.
Plus,
And it's 6.
Jesus Christ, you can burn luck if you want. Or you roll on the test of faith, which is also cool. Although unlikely to be good for you.
Good. I burn 1 luck, I guess.
Exactly. Awesome. So that just makes. I mean, what you want to do is you want to blind him temporarily.
Came for a moment, yes.
Yeah, you don't want him. So, I mean, the Lady of Shadows seems to be a rather wrathful goddess. How does the spell manifest? Is it again like some evil whispering that you do? Do you squeeze your black stone? Is it like something coming out of your fingertips, or?
Yeah, I'm really angry at this guy and curse him. Just yeah, scream at him and scream for my goddess to blind this guy.
Yeah, and I think what's happened is that the guy lets loose of his weapon and holds his drops on his knees and holds his eyes. I can't see. So I would say, Ibis, what do you do?
Do we have that guy who's running away from Odon?
I mean, nobody seems to care for the guy unless you do.
I do. I am going to run up behind him while he's trying to flee and put a dagger at his back.
And do you want to kill him or trip him? Do you want to like interrogate him, or do you want to primarily make sure that he
I want
will
to make
never?
sure he doesn't get away, so he can report into his bigger gang. So
Awesome.
I'm gonna do damage.
Yeah. I'd say, let me think. So, I mean, you're trying to run up to him, which is not necessarily a fight move. And the guy he's not defending himself.
I think
So
it's backstab.
it's probably backstab. That's true. Well, let's see. When you use a hand weapon to attack surprise or defensive target, that's the case. You can choose to deal your damage or roll plus dex. So you just want to deal the damage?
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna roll.
Awesome. You do that.
Six, seven, eight. I rolled an 8.
That guy is so. Describe. Do you like slit his throat? Put it through his heart? What's happening?
I see. I'm running from behind, so I think that I just bury that in the base of his neck. I bury the dagger in the base of his neck.
And how comes that that you deal so much damage? Is it like a repeated stabbing, or is it just you know where to hit the guy?
I think I hit the guy. It's a precise weapon. I think I hit him exactly where I needed to, between on the spine and his skull, and it just cuts his spine right there, and he drops.
Awesome. So I would say we freeze on that frame and make like a 5-minute break. Is that cool for you? Get a beverage. And the situation is Alice Must is flipping like in and out of existence. And there are a couple of dead dwarfs lying on the ground.
Sounds good.
3 and 5. So Sherman, did you get another cup of coffee?
I did, sir. I did.
Keeping you
I'm
awake.
gonna make it. So is this your first time running freebooters, or have you run it before?
No, I've played it twice.
Uh-huh.
Both times ran by the designer, by Jason Lutz.
Oh, cool.
It's obviously awesome. But I haven't played it, and I think I played second edition, to be honest.
Oh, okay. He hasn't released that yet, right? Though, right?
No, just the what's it called, like the playtest version.
Right.
Yeah, and it was a bit different because it was completely like I do have the random tables per region, and he was, just winging it, rolling on the the perilous wilds
Right. Mm-hmm.
thing. That was really cool. I was thinking about second edition. I like the cleric in second edition, I think, a bit more, but I wanted to keep it, self-contained, so to speak, and not mixing and matching rules. But so Kinote, if you want to, I can send you the cleric stuff for second edition, and maybe you like it more. I don't know. Or are you happy with?
Yeah, I'm happy, but you can send it to me. I mean, just to have a look. Yeah, please.
What was the big change? What is the big change going between first and second that you see?
Well, what I will definitely use is, for example, there are rules for monster body parts. So if you kill like a crazy monster, then you can skin the creature and use the body parts to sell them, which is
Cool.
There's a cool random table. Yeah, the different ways to like the how the cleric interacts, cast spells and stuff is different.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're back. So what are you guys doing? Maybe starting with Dugal. What is Dugal doing?
How's the situation? The dwarf that hit me?
So, to describe the situation, you are at the edge of a clearing. There's these old thick trees. In between lie a couple of dead dwarfs. There's Ibis, crouching over one, having just killed one. There's Odon, who pinned one to a tree. Then there's Elismust, who is flickering in and out of the scene. He's lying on the ground. He has scratch marks on his shoulders that the glitter, reflecting the sun. And then there's a couple of other, like 4 dead dwarfs in total.
Okay. So there's no more dwarfs standing, I guess.
No, there's no surviving dwarfs.
So then, if I see Elismat,
yeah.
Well, that will be some strange situation, I guess. So I try to go that way to try and see if I can help him or what's happening.
You can crouch next to him, and you. So how do you try to interact with the body?
Well, I try to lay my hands on the body and try and see if I can grab it.
You can grab it, but you see that your hands up to your elbows, where you touch him, when he's there, your arms are there. When he's gone, your arms are gone. So they flicker in and out of existence as well. But you can touch it. You can touch him.
Then I'll try to grab him when my arms are there, with my body. Try to push him out, or take him.
Yeah,
Pull him out.
pull him out of the. I think that's more like a spiritual pull, I would say. So I think it's probably a saving throw with intelligence. Would you agree?
Okay. Yes.
Could be wisdom.
Yeah. No, intelligence is fine.
Yeah, intelligence makes more sense because it's more like
yeah, I have better intelligence. So yeah. So I'll just roll. It's a 10.
Awesome. So it is a little bit like pulling someone out of out of the swamp, or pulling them out of molasses. It even makes like a noise, like a very wet, unpleasant noise when he appears again, and he's now in the real world for good. So Odon and Ibis, what are you doing?
Well, it looks like our good cleric of Uruba, the Lady of Shadows, is dealing well with the wizard. So it's time to rifle these bodies, I would say.
Indeed, you do that. So you go through the bodies. What is Ibis doing? The same? I mean, you're both at one body, so you can definitely start there. So let's see. Hold on. You are finding 6. Oh, you're finding a clue. That's interesting. So you do find some kind of hacksaw that he has in his bag, and there's also like a sketch. It is there are dwarven symbols that you probably can't read, but you can see from the sketch that there's a pool of water, and then under the water, in the middle of this completely like perfectly round pool, there's a stone with an iron ring, and so there is a landmark that you have seen, Odon, when you were scouting. What kind of landmark is it? It must be something that sticks out of the treetops.
Some sort of a basalt obelisk that has fallen or something, and it's slightly canted.
Yes, and that you have seen it. It is maybe it is pretty far away. You must have seen it, you know, when you were on a hill or something. It's maybe 2 days to the northeast, and you can see that the pool is more or less next to it. So you have the hacksaw and the note, the map, and then Ibis. Yes. You find is it called gem or gem? You find a gem, and it is worth 18. Well, you don't know how much worth it is, but it is like an emerald, and it's that big.
Cool.
So, do you both go just from body to body? It looks as if Dougal is, you know, focused on Elismas, so you can search the other 2 bodies.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah. I think Ebus doesn't even know that Alex Moss was trapped in another dimension or flickering. He's paying no attention whatsoever to that.
You have to be. You have to have priorities.
Right.
So you do find a bag of coins. Let's see. 40-10. 18, 6 is 25 silver pieces, a bag with 25 silver pieces. And then Odon finds another gem. And it is... I have to write this down. And it is a bit smaller, but the same emerald type. So you can you write that down.
Yes.
And then, so Dougal, you see that Alice Must is unconscious and hurt. And we do have a move when somebody has 0 hit points, and it's called roll them over. Let's see. I think it's plus nothing. Occasion, show burden, negotiate, bite the dust. When you have 0 or less hit points, your incapacitated are dead. When someone rolls you over to check, roll plus luck. So actually, you have to roll, Joao.
All right. Plus luck, I have 0. I get a 7.
Oh boy.
Bad. You're alive with 1 hit point, and you have to choose 3 from the list. Do you have the list?
Yes.
Otherwise,
I have it here. I'll
Cool.
choose. I'll choose that I'm unconscious until I heal half to my total HP. I'll die within the next hour without treatment, and I'll suffer D8 ability score damage to 2 abilities.
Ouch.
That hurts. Okay, do that.
So I think you pick. Yeah, you pick the 2 abilities.
I picked the 2 abilities. So I think these crystals they haven't stopped growing, and they are impeding your movement. So roll 1d8 for dexterity.
1d8. Yeah. Okay. So that's 6 for dexterity, which means I have this dexterity 4 now.
Yeah, that sucks.
And what's the other one?
I think the other one is probably, I would say, strength, because you can't apply the same strength with these crystals still in your body.
Right. So 1d8. That's 3. Okay.
That's a bit better.
Yeah. So my strength goes down to 6.
But the good news is you are conscious.
No,
you're still unconscious. Holy shit. Okay.
Yeah, I'm back to 1 HP, but I'll only be back when I go up to 2 HP. And if no one takes care of me, I'll be dead in 1 hour.
Yeah, I think that Dougal is taking care of you. Does anyone have like bandages?
Yeah, I have bandages, and I'll take care of him.
Do you try to remove the crystals?
I'll try that. I'll try to remove the crystals. if I can, so I can put a bandage there and heal.
So it does look like you're making camp, doesn't it? I mean, you can't just move on with unconscious body, I assume.
Yeah.
Is he like? Is he covered in like goo or anything from where he was drug free of
Uh,
the?
No, it was this the whole molasses thing was more like a space-time weird effect than an actual physical thing.
Okay.
So when you make camp, do you? So it says choose one member of the party to manage provisions. I think it's the person who likes to cook, take different rations from different people and try to make a tasty meal. Somebody, talented in cooking? What do you think?
That sounds like even.
I'll do it.
Yeah, I mean, I think you probably learned, when you're living on the streets to make the best out of the scraps that you found.
Sounds good.
And then, if you're bedding down in dangerous lands, check. Decide on a watch order. I mean, you do have to stay there at least until Elismust heals another hit point, which can be, relatively quickly. But you still want to be protected when you make camp. So if Ebi is cooking and Dugal is taking care of Elismust, I think that leaves Odon to make sure nobody gets the drop on you.
Sounds good.
All right. So Jason, roll stay sharp. If you're on watch and something approaches. Oh, hold on. Let's see.
Make camp.
Yeah, I think we make camp first and then stay sharp.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's true. We don't know if a danger. Maybe you find something else.
I'm gonna have. I'm gonna call for my porter to assist me with walking around and.
Yeah.
So basically, we have to set up our watch. Is that what the plan is, right?
Yeah. Well, if you would camp for the whole night, you would have
okay.
to say make a watch first. But we just assume that that Elismust gets healed within the next 2 hours or something. So you're probably the only one who's
okay.
So let's see. Roll plus nothing.
Do I get a bonus from my henchman?
Yeah. Plus one from the die.
Okay. Oh shit! Just dropped it. Here we go. An 8, so that's a 9.
I can choose one from the list. Let's do what is probably. So you are walking. How do you stand watch? Like, do you walk in a perimeter around the camp? Do you climb a tree?
I'm actually telling Thomas to walk around the camp while I selfishly stand there and gaze around with my shield and spear ready, one foot propped up on some rocks or something.
Awesome. So Tamas comes back and he's stuttering, and he says, "Master, there's a tree. There's cages and skeletons, and it's weird. I'm scared."
There are many trees, Thomas. Now keep on walking and keep your eyes sharp, lad.
but not with a cage.
Cage? Very well. I'll go look at it. Lead the way, lad.
And he takes you like, I don't know, like 50 meters or something away from the camp. In the meantime, Dougal, so you're trying to remove the
Yeah, I'm trying to remove each crystal one by one.
do you have some kind of tool to do that? Do you have a pincer or
Not really. I guess it would be with my hands.
with your bare hands, the super sharp crystal shards? I would say that's that sounds like a saving throw with dexterity.
So with dexterity. Okay.
Yeah.
So 10.
Nice, awesome. So you do remove the shards, and they actually. What makes you think that they have magical properties? What kind of look or texture or whatever?
They glow in different colors and change their colors from blue to green and yellow.
You can write down, let's see, 5 crystal shards.
Okay.
And then, Ibis, what are you cooking? I mean, you're working with not much.
Well, I guess I'm working with the dried rations we're all carrying on us, trying to make them into something palatable.
Yeah, is it? I mean, it could be dried rations. It could be maybe you have, I don't know, like
Gather up some herbs from nearby.
Yeah.
If I get lucky, maybe grab a rabbit or something.
Mm-hmm.
Do we roll that managed provisions?
Yes, please.
This be good because that's my worst stat.
Awesome.
-1 is to 5.
Jesus Christ. So first of all, this will get smoother when I get hold of all these moves, hopefully.
It doesn't really say what happens on a fail.
It doesn't say, but I mean, I get an indication that, for example,
use more rations or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Or the food's just terrible.
I think
terrible.
It is pretty terrible. I think you burn it or something.
No lip smacking afterwards.
There's no lip smacking afterwards. I think that the herbs that you probably found, they smell like piss or something.
I better put this in the stew.
Well, they didn't smell like piss after they warmed up. But before they were smelling like lemon or something. Cool. So Odon, Thomas is leading you to a blackened tree, and from 3 of the big branches are hanging 3. I want to say gibbets. Could be gibbets. I'm not sure. Gibbets.
I'm not sure either, actually.
And inside of them, there are 3 skeletons. And let's see, anything else you see?
Are they human-sized skeletons?
Yes, they're human-sized skeletons.
They're like hanging from chains or ropes, or
the gibbets, they hang from chains.
Okay, and like the tree must be pretty massive then.
Yeah, it is a massive, like, I don't know, like an old an oak tree probably, and you can see that the bark is, as I said, at some places blackened, as if burned.
The blackened gibbet tree. All right,
Yes.
so I'll mark a note of where this is, and I'll return to staying sharp. Good work, Thomas. Now keep on walking around, buddy.
And he really looks happy. He's smiling all over his face. That's the first compliment he got probably in his life, but definitely from you.
I'll try not to do that again.
So, I mean, this is what you did there, Dougal, is first aid, I think.
So if he was going to die in an hour and it says slow on the bandages, does that mean that maybe we have to use a healing potion instead, or?
Yeah, the bandages are slow, but I think an hour is slow enough. It's not instantaneous.
Okay.
Just trying to find. Where's the healing part?
Under make camp, there's a paragraph at the bottom.
Yeah, I think it's the only move I saw that has any healing.
Oh yeah, you make camp, so
Looks like we have to actually sleep for a few hours.
exactly. So you are still unconscious. Nobody has some kind of healing potions or anything to get him back to.
I do. That's what I didn't know if we needed to use that or not.
Yeah.
He can back. He can. I'm an honorable man, and I'll trade with him once he awakens for these healing. I'll give him my healing potion.
I just realized I have a healing potion myself, so you could probably just get mine and drop it.
Yeah.
In my mouth.
Yeah, I assume that that Dougal probably when you take care of him, when you bandage the shoulder, you have to remove parts of the clothes, and then you find the potion.
The potion, okay, yeah, and give it to him.
So
pour it on his mouth.
So Elismas, you have been, imprisoned in this weird dream. Obviously, it's a nightmare, and I think you can see in your nightmares, you can see for the first time the creature like face to face. The whole shape is, what's it called? Like octagon, is that a cherry shape? Probably. Like it is vector shaped. It has this straight lines, like a crystal. It has this glowing red eyes, a completely alien face, and it is in your dreams. It is. So what makes the dream a nightmare? Other than that you're faced with an alien creature.
So in the dream, I'm actually not I feel incapable of moving or doing anything. I'm under complete control of this creature while it judges me.
Awesome. Yeah, I think it has. So you are strapped to some kind of stone table or something, and it has like a crystal disc. And on the disc flicker all your sins, everything that you ever did wrong. And every time, it's one of your sins flash, it nods and looks at you. Cool. And then from the very long list of sins, finally you wake up with a gasp. And the healing potion that you just drank, it probably ended up in the wrong pipe or something. So now you can, I don't know, I think probably you roll Joao to see how much HP you get.
Yeah, it's a D8. I mean, if I don't roll 1, I'll have max hit points because I'm a wizard.
Yeah, so
I rolled a 5, so I go back to 3.
Awesome. So, I mean, do you tell anything about your dreams, or do you say something?
No, I think that was too personal. I don't want to incriminate myself in any way, so I'll just say, I'll just thank Dugal for his help, and
Well,
I'll just be quiet, like by myself, sitting in a corner, like close
well,
to the
then
fire.
I'll ask him. Where did he go? Why did he do that?
I was trying to conjure my powers to get away from danger, but something went terribly wrong. Thanks for bringing me back.
But where? What did you see there? I mean, I found these crystals on your back.
And you see these glowing,
Yeah.
color-changing crystals in his hands.
Okay. I'll say, I think let's not talk about it, but I think you deserve this. Keep it. Let's just say that I've seen things that no one else should know of.
So at this point, there's Evie standing over the pot, and there's a smell of ammoniac wafting over the camp. Do you guys eat? Guess so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess we don't have anything.
I try and find the choicest bits of the trash that he's concocted.
And then, so I think it's now like afternoon, late afternoon. Do you? And it's summer, so it will be light until late. Do you move on?
I'm going to once everyone is awake and we're considering our options, I'm going to show everyone the sketch and motion towards the north where the basalt obelisk is canting above the forest. I think we have like two choices. We can use this horn here. We could set up a trap for any of these dwarven robbers. We could blow the horn, but actually have an ambush ready for them. They seem to have some decent stuff, and they're obviously robbers. So all we would be doing is helping anybody else who came into the woods. Or we could move on to this this iron ring beneath the pool. What do you guys think?
I'd say to move forward to the pool. I think that we're going to get more interesting things there, for me anyway.
This could be the wizardess's stash, so maybe these guys actually work for her or something.
I thought she was dead.
Or killed her. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, right. You worked for her when she was alive.
Your story keeps changing, Odon.
It's only the first time that's done that, right?
Right. I say we continue on. I don't want to get another fight.
You can also see on the armor of the guy. So the armor looked uniform. They had the same armor, and on the armor there was a symbol, and the symbol is I don't know, something dwarven-y. Anyone has an idea?
Like an axe?
Probably, yeah. Like
a bug, a pick. I don't know.
Probably a pick and an X crossed. And there is the you can like try to think about the symbol and try to think if you remember anything about it. So especially
firemen.
Yeah, if you
that's what the firemen's in the U.S. patch looks like. It's a pick and an axe. Yeah. Oh, sure. I'll try.
Yeah, I would assume that because you're from the area, you would be the most likely to know something about them.
Yeah, let's do that. Does anyone want to help? All right, I rolled a 9.
So establish. Let's see. I think you get something. Say what you recall, but you don't know how true it is. Awesome. So it is the sign of the so-called Steel Short clan. It's a dwarven clan that that is not native from the lands. They arrived some time ago. And the rumor that you have heard is that they sell magic weapons. They buy and sell magic weapons.
Did you say Steel Sword Clan?
Steel Shod.
Shard? Okay.
No, Shod. S-H-O-D.
Oh, Steel Shod. Oh, all right, nice. We immediately must look over their weapons.
So they, two of them have crossbows, and all of them have axes. And as a fighter, I don't know. Do you have like something that gives you weapon quality or something?
Well, I can like choose a favored weapon, but I don't really know if you can use different types of weapons or what that means.
Yeah, you can add the next time you level up. You can add another type of weapon to your favorite weapon.
I'm assuming you can use whatever you want. That there's no minuses or anything. You just I don't know that for sure.
Yeah, what did you choose?
My spear is my favorite weapon.
Oh, yeah, spear, obviously. Yeah, I without being like a weaponsmith or something, you can say that the weapon quality is exceptional.
Can I snag one of those crossbows? Anybody mind?
No, of course not.
Need something a little bit more punch than this dagger.
I'll also show them the hacksaw and see what they think. Why do you think this guy was carrying a hacksaw around in his bag?
So it's like oiled and everything, and it's in peak condition. But the purpose is unclear, I guess.
Maybe they were going to use this hacksaw to do something to the ring underneath the water with the sketch or something. I don't know. The same guy had both things, so.
Yeah, maybe they were looting it also.
So we don't have a dwarf, and the only ones that I would assume have the chance to know anything about dwarven runes is either the cleric or more likely the magic user.
All right.
Do you have like a bag of books or something?
I do not. I think. Let me see. No, because I got the spell components. But I could roll. What's the establish?
Yeah, you can. You tell me where you might have learned, like at least the basics of dwarven runes.
Yeah. So when I worked as an accountant for this small lord, I sometimes had received documents from dwarven caravans. So I had to learn a little bit. I wasn't fluent, but like I know some symbols.
I would assume because like bookkeeping and these kinds of things are pretty advanced, like signs of an advanced society. So I don't think that you are around here. You're probably from a place over the ocean, where the dwarves initially came from. So that makes definitely sense.
Okay. So should I roll perceive?
Yeah, I think it's roll establish.
Yeah, so it's plus intelligence. I got a 8.
So you can understand like the gist, but not really any subtleties. So the runes definitely say that it's a cursed place, that there's something not from this, like something demonic, obviously, under the stone, and they were thinking about building some kind of. They were like the runes indicate some kind of using leverage to pull out the the stone, because the water, it's not like from the runes you can gather, it's maybe, I don't know, like 3 feet deep or something. And then they were trying to calculate how much weight it would be, but it is a lot of weight. They tried and they failed. There's something cross through.
Okay, so I'll tell my fellow adventurers that there's something probably really dangerous and outwardly about this place, but and also it's going to be hard to get in. But I think we can figure that out if you feel bold enough.
What is the rest saying?
It seems like Greek to me, but I'm surely bold enough for the lot of us, I believe.
Yeah, I agree. I think we should see what it's there.
Even
All
if it
right.
just be like, if we're gonna do this thing, let's do it.
All right.
So you do you travel north then in the direction of these the obelisk?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yes.
It's going to take us 2 days, you said?
Yeah. So I think you travel until the evening without anything else happening. We'll let that that first failure travel, let's say. So you do make camp. You set up a watch order. Who is what is your watch order?
Oh, I forgot to. Was it the same tree, the burnt tree? We'll make note of it. Could we have like a map that we can note the burnt tree if we want?
Yes. Yes. You have that crappy map that's in the folder, and you can put an X. And fictionally, it gives you the next time you are in the area, you will find the tree.
Okay. Do I know what hex this is? The northeast one northeast of a goat bridge.
Yeah, I tell you the hex number if you want to, but that refers to my big map.
Okay.
And it is. So, if you have the money, you can buy the good map, by the way. It is 1110. 3 ones and a 0.
Okay.
Northeast of Gold Bridge.
Hey, we should take this opportunity to say that we're actually using Cecil Howe's awesome hex kit for this map.
Yes,
gold
sure.
any winner.
It is gorgeous. And do you know who introduced me to hex kit? No other than Sherman. Because he ran Troika for me, and I was blown away by the beauty of the map.
Yeah,
Cecil
hex
does
kit is
great
awesome.
work.
So Gaunt Marches is actually sponsored by HexKit, just waiting for the check to arrive. Anyways, so what's the watch order?
I'll go first with my trusty servant.
Well, I'll go second.
I'll take the last.
And then, yeah, every watch is 2 hours if everyone is watching, but maybe you want to give Alice Master break, and it's 3 hours per watch.
That's fine.
Fair.
And he almost died. Who has the lowest luck score among you 3?
I have a 10.
Lowest luck score.
Looks like Dougal.
Yeah, it will be me. I have an 8.
So let's see. So Dougal. Can you roll a 2d6? Plus nothing.
It's a 10.
Awesome. The night passes without incident. When you wake each other up, is it like tender and caring? Is it do you kick the next guy? How's Odon waking up Dugal?
He tells Thomas to do it as he quickly takes his bedroll and then just goes right to sleep.
Yeah, so you're shaken roughly, shaken awake. And Odon, how does your watch look like? What do you do? Are you meditating, reading your holy scripture? Are you actually staying sharp?
Do you mean Dougal or me? Or Odon?
I mean Dougal.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Ah,
Sounds
me.
like I don't. Odon doesn't
Yeah.
have any scriptures.
Yeah, I'll be for sure. I'll pray to Urup to thank her for keeping us alive and asking for protection for the journey ahead.
So let's see. Are you actually like a preaching one? Do you try to? Because I think Tamas is still awake, so he wakes you up very roughly, and then he's listening a little bit to your prayers. Are you preaching, or is it more like an internal monologue?
I'll be praying. Yeah. Well, yeah, probably whispering. Oh, yeah. I mean, if everyone is asleep, I probably won't be doing much noise, so it'll be probably quiet, mostly inside. Yeah.
Guys, 3-minute break. I'm back
Okay.
Okay.
So, Joao, sorry, Keynote,
Yeah.
you try to actually cast prayer because you have a.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think I want to cast pray. Yeah.
Let's see. Eric. When you take the time to commune with the deity. Yes, and I think so. Make your roll plus charisma.
Okay. So that's 9.
You could learn luck if you want to get a 10. Otherwise, you get 1 favor, which is also okay.
Yeah, I'll gain 1 favor.
So, I mean, you're preaching to the downtrodden and unfortunate, and that is a message I think that really connects with Tamas, who is listening and nodding, and you get the impression that he could be converted with a bit more vigor if you're finding the right words. Or if you just try again next time, he might be.
Yeah, I'll invite him to stay close to me if you want and hear the prayers. And yeah.
He says, I need to protect Odon, my master, but your words, they touched me here. All right, and then you wake up Ibis after your. How does that look like? Whispering kindly in his ear, or is it more like rough?
I would kindly wake him up. Yeah.
All right.
Shake him a bit, but yeah.
Cool, and I think that's the night. Ibis, at the end of the morning, you can set tea or something to wake everyone up, or you can just kick them awake. You do. You're muted.
Evis would probably shake each one of them because he wants to wake them up quietly. He doesn't want to make noise out here.
And then I think unless somebody wants to do something in the morning, you move on. Elismust, you wake up from 8 hours of deep and dreamless sleep. You didn't dream. You didn't have any nightmares. So you guys. I'm sorry, I was interrupting you.
No, I was just saying that was an improvement over the last snap I took. I guess since we made camp, I get to recover 1 hit point or ability score.
Exactly. Yeah, good that you mentioned that. If you have debility, you can get 1 ability score back, or heal, whatever you need.
I have lots of abilities, so I'm going to recover 1 point here.
Awesome. So
yeah, I will recover also if I can.
Yes.
It says 1 plus con, no? So it would be 2 hit points for me.
2 hit points.
Okay.
Anyone else injured or has a ability?
Yeah, I just did it.
Cool. So you travel further to the north. We have a scout who's probably looking for trouble, and we have somebody who navigates. Abby is the navigator. No, who's navigating? Elismust, I think.
Yes.
And so, Odon, give me a scout ahead.
Gosh darn it. 4.
Motherfucker. And I mean, maybe we can salvage the situation. Elismust?
All right, plus intelligence.
Yes.
13.
Oh, so now we're talking. You avoid dangers and distractions and make good time. Reaching a point of the judge's choosing before you need to make camp. And on the scout ahead, it says, yeah, I think you avoid the danger that that would otherwise have occurred because of the. Does that make sense? Yeah, because there are the other stuff is the scout ahead is only positive, and you choose from the positive list. That's okay. So I think so you're getting really close to the obelisk. I think you're making good time. I think you are actually like in the evening. You see the obelisk maybe, I don't know, a mile or so further north. So you could, if you want, travel through the twilight to get there, to camp there, or camp where you are. What do you do?
Let's just
Go ahead.
go ahead. What do you think?
No, I think maybe like camping away from the obelisk could be a good idea. Maybe it attracts attention from other groups.
Yeah, camping here sounds good to me because we're very close, so we can just show up in the morning then, and after another awesome meal by sure, my good friend.
Ibis will say, because his hasty nature, well, I think we should just get there now if we can.
Yeah, I'm with Ibis. I think we should do it fast.
Well, in that case, I'm not going to take any side. So I abstain.
Okay.
Because I'm neutral.
So it seems as if the majority wants to go further. Elismas, do you agree, or do you hold your breath until you threaten them?
No, I do not agree. I'll say that it's probably really dangerous to go by now. Like that, what I've read in these dwarven rooms pointed to a danger that comes from the darkness. I'm just lying, but I just want to make sure. And that we should probably get closer only by dawn.
Is anyone
fine?
Okay. You buy the lies. That's okay.
I buy the lie.
And Dougal, you seem skeptical still.
Yeah, I'll say if we go on night, or my lady Urup of Shadows, I think she can protect us in the shadow.
And you see Tamas nodding.
Yeah, I think so. But if you want to stay here, just stay. It's not so important for me.
Yeah, let's stay then. I could use another point of dexterity if we rest before going.
Yeah, so Dougal, do you buy that, or do you go on your own?
No, if the three of them want to stay, I'll stay with them. Yeah.
I will go either way. I'm ready to go right now, or we can wait, or we can scout ahead.
Okay. So it sounds like you're staying.
Okay.
So yeah, we're making camp again. Is Ibis the chef?
Sure.
Without
So
question.
What is the? Is it first make camp? Yeah. Settle interest. Choose one member to the party to manage provision. Then, if you eat and drink, okay. So Ibis.
Got it. Oh, better roll. That's 9.
So pick one. Is it true?
Let me pull up the list real quick. Sorry.
But the amount of
I'll take the consumes the expected amount and take the +1 forward.
Okay, so it so everybody removes one ration, and this time it is really, really tasty. So you must have found, I don't know, the right herbs, obviously. We can see that Odin is licking his lips.
This tastes delicious, just as I expected.
Yeah.
Way better than the PP plant soup we had last night.
And then, yeah, I think I roll a d4. Who's so what is the order? But last time it was Odon, Dougal, Ibis, and Ibis. You wanted to have the last watch.
Sure.
Do we slot in Illis Must in between?
Yeah.
Does he need to rest some more?
I think as long as we rest a few hours, you get
Yeah.
to heal. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I can take a shift.
So let's see. Okay. So the night passes seemingly uneventful until the last rest, the last watch. I'm sorry. So roll Ibis, roll plus nothing.
Six.
So everyone marks XP. And then Ibis, roll plus wisdom. We see how sharp you are.
Six. Oh wait, I got a +1 forwards. Can I take it here?
Yeah, from the meal.
Yeah. 7.
7. You act in time to sound the alarm, but nothing else. So
Okay.
let's see what's coming. I mean, it would make sense if dwarves want to take revenge. But let's see. That's not too bad. So I think what you see is there's movement up in the trees, and like whispering and laughter.
Like take a torch, and hold it up, trying to see what's up there.
So somebody is reaching down and trying to snatch the torch out of your hands. What do you do?
I think I'm gonna dodge backwards away from the grasping hands and probably yell out.
Okay, and that is what wakes the others up. So make a saving throw with dexterity, or maybe strength. I don't know. What do you think?
Did it actually have hold of the torch?
Yeah, it does.
Then I would say it's probably strength.
Yeah.
And I rolled a 6.
So it yanks the torch out of your hands, and the rest of you awake from Ibis shouting, and you wake up and it's pretty dark. I mean the fire of the your campfire has been almost burned down. You see the twilight. I mean, maybe the sunrise is like an hour away or something. And there's the ember in the campfire, but for the rest, it is dark. What do you do?
Grass up my sword, my spear and shield, and see what is going on.
Yeah, you do see
I
movement. Yeah, I mean, without even rolling, you see that there's movement in the trees with a 10 on perceive. Let's see. What does it do? Oh, you get 3 holes, and you can ask me questions.
I didn't roll. Was I supposed to roll?
Oh, no. I'm sorry, I didn't. I misunderstood you. So what you see is there's movement in the trees, and what you can definitely see is that they are rather small, maybe like monkey-sized or something.
Oh boy. I'll call for Tomas to light up his torch. That's what you're here for, lad.
So Tamash wakes up, rubs the sand out of his eyes, and slowly puts his torch into the ember of the campfire and holds it up. And by the time he does, there's no movement anymore. But there's definitely something in the trees.
All right. So I'm going to hold here like in a defensive position near Tomas to make sure he doesn't get poo thrown at him and see what happens.
Ibis, anything you're doing?
I think he's scrambling back towards his backpack, trying to get probably the crossbow that's laying on top of his pack.
And Gal and Elis Must.
Well, I take my hammer, be ready, and join Odon and Thomas. Try to count Thomas if I can. Or yeah.
I think I'll actually use a spell.
Yes.
I'll cast my spell Wind Wave in the tree where someone snatched Ibid's torch. Just
Yes.
to see if it like blows someone out of the cover or something.
Yeah, I mean, you can assume that they are, because they are small, they're probably light enough to be blown away by the gust of wind. So let's see. What's the effect? What do you think?
So,
Like, if you want to blow them away, you want at least moderate. If you just want to blow the leaves away or something, it's minor.
Mhm. Yeah, I just want to like make them like startle whoever's in there.
Okay, so minor.
Yeah, it's not damage.
No, it's instantaneous. It's just one gush of wind. It's not ongoing, I think.
Yeah.
I think it is probably reach, and it is an area. So 1, 3, 4 points.
Okay, I'll have to spend a spell component, and I'll do it. Okay, so I'm rolling plus intelligence. I got 12.
Awesome. So I think I grant you the bonus of the wind is actually a bit stronger than you intended. So how does it look like? How does it manifest?
So Ellis Mas like points his hands like this towards the trees, and then wind starts like whirling around his fingers, and then makes like a wind gust that violently shakes the tree.
And it does actually. So the tree is shaking. The leaves are blown away, and you can see 3 small creatures falling from the lowest branch. One of them holding your torch, Edie, and they look like they are small. Like they're maybe as big as my underarm. They seem to be strong because they yank the torch out of your hands, but they have human-like faces, like a little bit like old people, you would say. But they have slim arms and legs. They wear like crazy colored mismatched clothes. I don't know, maybe a sock that they found somewhere as as a dress, and other kind of colorful fabric. And they are startled when they fall from the tree, and they look at you with big eyes. And one of them says, "Wizard, why do you hurt us?"
Why do you sneak on us during the night?
Because we love sweets. There's no sugar here.
Huh. Yeah, I guess there's no sugar here. Where we, my friends and I will allow you to go in peace if you don't intend any harm. I guess, right? I act like.
So I mean, is that negotiate maybe?
I guess so.
I mean, they don't really look that dangerous, to be honest. I think when you talk to them, they are already slowly moving backwards away from you, unless some of you wants to do something and prevent them from, moving away. That
I say
doesn't.
let them go.
Yeah. So they turn around with your torch. Just want to mention that, and run away. All right. So I think that was the night, and within, I don't know, like it's a mile. It's in the swamps, so maybe an hour or something. You're standing next to the obelisk, and there's just like on the map, there's this like perfectly round pool, and the water is rather dark and not dark, but a little bit brackish. But even though it is relatively dark, you can see this massive square stone. What do you do?
So I think what the dwarven scroll meant is we need to make some sort of lever, pass it through the ring, and then pull the stone door up if we want to get in. So that's probably why they had a hacksaw. They were probably like preparing, like they had tools to make this lever.
And do you have like ropes or chains or something?
I have a rope, and I'll have Tomas hand that over, but I want to look around the obelisk to see if there's anything around here that would show, that they were here, or if there's any other like remnants of their tools or anything that might show anything else. I guess just search around the obelisk.
Yeah, search the area.
Yeah.
I think it's perceive, I guess. I mean, you don't see anything obvious.
Yeah, I'm gonna take some time to do it. So, ooh, I got a 10. Is that use any stats?
It does use wisdom, but a 10 is already the best.
All right. Okay. Yeah. So good.
So I think the question you wanted to ask is, you're looking for any signs of the dwarves having been here. Was that the question?
Yeah, that was.
So you find an old campsite that's maybe like old as in 3 days old. So they have camped here, and you can see from the layout of the camp that it was not more than maybe half a dozen of people.
Can I find any evidence of the witch?
You don't find evidence of the witch or wizard, but you do find 3 symbols on the obelisk. They are pretty hidden, and they seem to. You don't know anything about symbols. They don't look like the dwarven runes on the map.
Does anyone else have any questions that I should ask, or am I supposed to do it only on my own? Do I perceive in any way, if I get in the water, can I see anything in there that's like, how big is the door that's in there?
It is. It's like a manhole, you would say. So it's not. It's like this. The thing must be pretty heavy, even if it's not that deep.
How deep down is it?
You would say it's like around 3 feet, maybe less.
Okay. But no matter what, if we get it open, we're going to let water into there, correct?
Water would rush in.
Okay.
But I mean, it's not that much water, to be honest.
I'm going to point out the symbols to our resident expert, Elizmast.
All right.
Elizmast.
Elizmast.
Yeah, I'll see. Like, are they any familiar to me?
You would definitely say that they are wards. Like they are symbols that ward off evil.
I see. Evil. Well, no one hears evil, right? We're all good, noble. Yeah, I'll say, oh, this is just a superstition, like wards for evil. I think if the wizard is dead, they probably don't even work anymore. I'm not sure.
All right, so how do you tackle this problem? I mean, what I hear is you want to attach a rope to the stone somehow.
To the ring, right?
There's a ring,
Yes,
right?
yes, I said that already. There's a ring, like inside the stone, attached to the stone.
All of us get in a line and let's heft this thing up.
Do you use any kind of leverage, or is it just pure power?
I mean, the rope's only 20 feet, so
you can't pull it around like a.
Yeah, what I thought is we could cut up like a long pole from a tree and then use it as a lever and tie the rope to the pole and the ring. So like to try to make like a fishing rod that's like pulling the. So we get some leverage from a lever. Yes.
Yeah, I think the argument that there's just 20 feet of rope is pretty compelling. I don't think that you can reach the next. So it's just down to pure strength, and I written down that we need a combined strength of. See.
Would it help if we had more rope?
Yeah, if you had, if you would be able to use some kind of leverage, the amount of strength would be lower, obviously. But maybe it's just enough. We need a combined strength of 30.
I was about to say, I'm sure I could find some rope in this backpack.
13, 23. We're at 29. You didn't heal your strength at all?
Yeah, I can currently contribute 6. That's all.
So that's 17, 26. We're 1 point short.
Thomas?
But we
pretty sure
have
there's a
the
rope or chain in this backpack.
Thomas, no?
My
ask for help from our henchmen. Yeah, we could ask for help from our henchmen. Yeah,
this is kind of strong. I think she can help.
Yeah, and exactly. You have 2. The other retainer is pretty quiet, but she also counts for 1 strength.
Nice.
So we see you all in a line. You pull on the ring, on the stone, and there's this sound of stone on stone, and it is like pulling the plug in a bathtub. The water rushes in, drains the pool, and there you are. What do you do?
I'm picturing that some other powerful people in this campaign actually put this demon down here, and now we're letting it loose.
Right.
All right, so I'm like, all right, quickly, Thomas, you oaf, bring the torch. Let's see what we can see in there. We're all very excited.
So Tamas takes the torch and puts it over the hole and looks down. And from where you are, you can see there's actually a very steep stone. I mean, the water is still, while you're talking and standing there, still rushing down. But you can see like a very steep, short stone stairs down. And then the water seems to, you see it rushing down, but you can also see that the lower parts of the cavern is already filling with water.
Ooh, so I'll rush down there and have Thomas right behind me so I can see.
Mm-hmm. Anyone is joining the two? So I think Thomas is first, and then Odon is second.
Well, can I be in front of? Can I be in front of Thomas?
Yeah, you come in front.
With them right behind me. Yeah.
I'll dash after.
Yeah, I see Alice Masters going as well, and Dugal as well.
Yeah.
I'll go like second to last with my bodyguard with me.
Yeah, so what you see is Odon is already like the water is to his shins, I would say. While there's more water coming down the stairs. That to the left, so the whole cavern, it's a natural cavern as far as you can see, and to the left there are two. I never know if it's stalactites or stalagmites, but the one that's growing from the bottom up, and to the right you can see two standing stones, and they look a bit like they look artificial, whereas the stalactites, they look like normal, and that is that's roughly what you can see in the dark.
All right, so like it's just a wall. We can't see. It's empty room to the north and south. Well, I'm going to head over to the standing stones.
Yeah. So if you want to like make a small map, so there's the walls to the left and to the right. Next to the door, like next to the stairs, and then it curves to the left, and then you can see two stalactites, and then it disappears into the darkness, so to speak. And then if you go to the standing stones, you can see that they actually form a ring. There are 5 altogether. And to the if you entered from the north west, there's some kind of there's some kind of what's it called, like a corridor leading to the south east. In the middle of the picture is this ring of standing stones or pillars, and that's what you see. What do you do?
I'm going to move into the ring of standing stones.
Mm-hmm. From where you and what is the rest doing?
I follow.
Yeah, I'll follow too. I want to see if there's any kind of inscriptions in the stone.
So, especially interesting for Ellismast, these standing stones are etched with runes and sigils and weird formulae and complex patterns. And when you're standing inside of the ring, you can see 2 other corridors branching off. So there are 3 corridors in total, One is leading to the southwest, one more or less straight to the south, and one to the south east.
Is there anything in the center of the stone?
No, there's not. It doesn't seem to like the problem is that now the water is about knee high, but the water that is rushing down is just trickling down now, so that the water won't rise further.
Okay. Can I understand any of the symbols in the standing stones?
You can try, definitely.
All right.
So I would say probably establish.
Okay. Yeah. I'm not really sure I have any excuses for like knowing that. But
Yeah,
maybe like maybe by like studying magic scrolls at some point I've seen them. Maybe I know like one or two.
yeah, I mean, it is. You without even making a roll or anything, you can see that these are magical symbols, and obviously in your like, we don't know yet where you have studied, but you have probably studied in some kind of magic school, or you had a mentor or something, and trying to understand these runes and symbols is part of your education, I would assume.
Okay. So maybe I can roll establish.
Yeah.
Okay. I get an 8.
So, what is the rest doing? Dugal, what are you doing?
I'm outside the ring, and I'm looking at these 3 corridors. I mean, let's see if do I see anything, or they're just dark.
Yeah, they are dark. Do you have a light source, or is everyone depending on Tamas?
No, I don't.
And Abby, what are you doing?
I will pull out 2 torches, and throw one to Dugal.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then make my way south.
Awesome. And Odon, are you standing in the center and lighting? Having Tamas light the stones for Alice Must, or are you also going further?
No, I'm very discouraged by getting wet and not finding any treasure already. But I'll be standing here, kind of tapping my foot in the water, waiting for Elizmas to find some treasure. Elizmas, sorry.
So, Elizmas, these symbols start moving in front of your eyes. These strange patterns, they seem to change and move and circle. Make a saving throw. I don't know. What would it be? Think fast, focus, remember, intuition, willpower, one of them. How do you try to counter the effect that is trying to confuse you?
Yeah, I'll try to think fast because that's the best thing I do. I'll just try to. Yeah, so make a saving throw with intelligence, I guess.
Yes, please.
All right. I get a 10.
Awesome.
9 plus 1.
So there's something about these patterns that seem to try to catch your will and hold it and prevent you from doing anything, but you can shake it loose. What you can read is these are very powerful runes that try to keep inside whatever has been. So you are 100% sure this is a summoning circle, trying to summon and capture something. But you can be assured, because Odon is standing there as well, that there is nothing captured.
Besides
Okay.
my impatience.
So I'll tell Odin. So this is a kind of a. I'll try to like to dumb it down. So because last time he said I was speaking Greek. So I'll say, oh, this was kind of a prison for a monster. The monster is not here, so we might assume it is on the loose. Let's keep an eye open.
So let's switch to Dugal and Ibis. You guys taking the southern corridor, and you see there's like a what's it called, like maybe a 2 meters high from the ground. There's a small cave, and you can see from you can try to pull up, so you can see that there's something up there, and then to the left of you there is, so to the southeast there's another corridor. So where you stand, the corridor to the south, there is some kind of elevation and a cave up there, and there's also a corridor leading to the south, to the southeast.
Well, I think we'll try to look what's in the elevation. Try that.
So I said it's about 2 meters. So unless one is climbing,
So maybe,
the other all trying to
yeah, like maybe I can push Ebis if you want.
Yeah. So you grab the ledge, you pull yourself up. Where's your torch?
I had given him one, and I think that if he's going to push me up, then it's in my hand, and I'm using one hand with the torch and the other hand and my feet to scramble up.
Oh, I'm sorry, I did it. I got it wrong. So Dugal is pushing Ibis. Oh, okay.
Right.
And where's your torch, Dugal?
Well, I guess he can climb up, and I can still hold my torch in my hand.
Okay, so
I think I can help him with one hand, and then he can climb on my shoulder.
Oh, okay, you stand on the shoulder. All right, when you are up on his shoulders and you light into that cave, you can see there's somebody lying on the floor. There is some kind of from where you stand, you can't really see what's on but he's holding a piece of chalk. And then you can also see in the back of the cave is really relatively small. You can see a couple of crates.
Crates. How big are crates?
Like, I don't know, like a
6
crate
foot.
no, like I don't know, like what's it called? Where you carry beer.
Ah, okay, like kegs.
Yes.
Cool. I'm gonna scramble up.
Okay, and let's switch back to Elismast, Odon, and Tamash. And I guess what's her name?
Giza?
Yes.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Oh, I guess there's nothing.
Seems like treasure. Oh, sorry, there's no treasure here. Let's move on.
Yeah, I guess so.
So do you move to the? So there's a small corridor leading to the southwest. That seems to be more artificial. Like it's the sides are smoother, and then there's like a natural. There's the natural corridor that that the other two were using, and then there's also one to the southeast.
Maybe we should not try not to split the group.
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't want to do that either.
Right.
Unless you want to send Giza somewhere, I'm fine with that. I don't like her much. She's too quiet.
Yeah, no, I'm fine with her by my side because
I'm just kidding.
Right.
So you regroup. Abby, you are up there. When you stand up, you can see that the figure on the floor is wearing like weird robes. On the robes, there are also like sigils and strange symbols. She has obviously made a circle with a chalk, and she's reaching. One hand is reaching inside the circle without breaking it, and you can also see something circling the inside of this chalk circle, and it's really weird because obviously a chalk circle is a two-dimensional object. The creature or the thing or whatever is in there is moving alongside this border, trying to get out. And when you look at it, it's like somebody is poking needles in your eyes. That the thing can't exist. It's tilted into. It's definitely two-dimensional, but it exists of lines that don't make sense.
Does she have her back to us?
Yeah, she lies with her face to the ground. The wizard.
Okay. Am I the only one up here? Or is anybody else going to climb up?
I'll happily go up if you stay to come up.
Yeah, I'll whisper back. Somebody else come up here.
Okay, so I assume you get a push again from Odon. From
not a hand.
Yeah, I'll help him out.
Tomas or whatever. Yeah.
So you're standing on the ledge as well. You're seeing the crates to the back. They're pretty unassuming. And you also see the wizard and the circle and the thing within the circle.
All right, so I'll poke the wizard. How am I close enough to poke the wizard with my spear?
Yeah,
No,
you
don't
can
poke the wizard.
you poke her, and she seems to be dead.
Easy, no problem.
What about that thing in the circle?
Well, let's not go in the circle. Maybe we should get the wizard up here. Our wizard. Wizard versus wizard is always best.
Yeah, and I'll be glad to fight a wizard who's already dead. So
They're the best ones.
yeah.
All right, so I'll kick over the wizard's corpse and see, what's going on here.
Yeah, what you can. So when you do that, you kick over the corpse. That's just what you just said, and her hand obviously leaves the circle and smears the chalk stuff a little bit. Unless you make a saving throw with, I would say, what do you say? If you want to prevent that from happening.
Can I just leave it to luck?
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, roll plus luck.
Because I'm a lucky guy, so that seems ideal in this situation. Ooh, there's a 6 and a 3. 9 plus 1 is 10.
Oh wow! So the hand leaves the circle without smearing it, and you can see the creature like hovering on stopping its circling motion, hovering at the place where the hand was, and then returning to circling the border.
That's
so
peculiar.
What you can see, I'm sorry. What you can see is that the wizard has in her grasp like a staff that she was lying on, a wizard staff. She also has a ring on her finger that you can see, and that's it.
I'm gonna call for Elismast and reach down my hand so I can help him up.
All right, I'll go up.
Okay, so yeah, you see the same thing, and you're pretty sure that the creature that is there maybe it belongs to the same realm where the crystal guy is coming from, but it does not belong in this realm whatsoever.
I see. But it seems to be well bound inside the circle.
It seems to be bound by the chalk circle. You don't know how long it will hold. It's not like, as long as there's chalk, everything seems to be fine. But if it's blown away or somehow disturbed by time, for example, it will come out eventually.
Yeah. Do I have any idea on how to reinforce the circle, or would that be a stretch?
That is I mean, I think that's a stretch.
Yeah, I think none of my spells has anything to do with summoning.
Exactly. Yeah.
Maybe we could find something here that, you know, you could draw another circle around that circle, a threefold circle.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. So I'll look around. Like, are there like any tomes, any scrolls, or?
Not here, no.
Okay. Did anyone get the wizard staff, or?
No, I was just going to push the body over the side so we could check it when we get down there.
Okay. So I'll check it out, I guess.
Yeah.
There's like the barrels up here, though, right?
Right.
Yes.
Could we? I mean, maybe this has some value.
So you can check there are two. What did I say?
Kegs or casks?
Yeah, there are two. Let's see. It's D6 crates. It's two crates and a keg, and you can check the keg. You definitely there's a fire symbol on it. There's a, I don't know what you call it, like a stopper inside. Cork. And then the crates look, all three things look rather mundane. So what do you do with them?
Could we gather up some of the mundane crates to like create like an adventuring gear uses, or?
Theoretically, you can just open them and then roll on.
Okay, I didn't know if you were just just randomly finding out what they were. I think we're gonna go through this stuff while we're here.
Yeah,
because I didn't know we're getting close. We only have like less than a half hour, so I didn't know how long it takes back.
That's my concern. So you open up the crates. There are mundane items that I will roll up in a second. What else will you do?
I said we take all this stuff down, but yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, and I'm inspecting the wizard's like loot, the gear, like the staff and the ring. So
definitely the magic staff is a magic staff according to the rules. So it is a focus that gives you +1 on spells.
Mm-hmm.
And you can describe the stuff in a second. The ring, though, has an inscription inside. It's a gold ring, and the inscription says, out of sight, out of mind.
Okay.
Invisibility ring? What?
Yeah, or blindness.
Or both?
Or both. Yeah. Yeah, I already have a magic staff, but I guess like these things are very like finely crafted and probably valuable.
Definitely.
So we should maybe bring it with us.
Mm-hmm.
And
I think it's safe to assume that she has in one pocket. I mean, she has still the chalk in her hand, and maybe more pieces of chalk in her pocket.
Yeah, I'll check her pockets. I'm also like running out of spell components, so if I can find anything that's useful as a spell component, I'll get it.
Unfortunately. I assume that you search the rest of the cave, though. So where do you go?
Let's go to the man-made side, because that seems more accurate, like that's what we would be looking for.
Awesome. So I assume that you all
Southwest.
yes to the southwest, and there the corridor is branching again, and there to the right it ends after like 2 meters or something um, at a door, and the same is to the left. You know, it branches also to the left, and there's the corridor is a bit longer, but also ends in a door. What do you do?
Always go left, so the door on the left.
Awesome. So let's see. Uh, uh, the door is closed. It doesn't seem to be like especially like there's nothing special about the doors. It's wooden. It's reinforced with metal.
I,
It has
I
a
wouldn't.
handle.
I wouldn't expect this wizardess to have traps or anything, so I'm just going to push open the door.
It's very naive of you, but it is also true. There's no traps at this door. Um, behind it, there is a rather small room with the following things. Let's see. So there's a bed. There's a round table with a pentagram, but it's burned. The top is burned. There's a bookshelf with a couple of books, and there is a chest.
Motion Urbis over to the chest, and if maybe the wizard would like to examine the books.
Yes, for sure.
Guys, I have to pee. I'm back in 2 minutes.
No problem.
Okay.
Did you guys see the picture that I took with Cordova at the Ennies?
Yeah, very cute.
Did you see the people behind us though?
Yeah, there was the woman was looking skeptical at you.
Really weird. And then there's like a dude who's just like eating some noodles or something that looks hilarious. I was like, oh my gosh.
What was the ceremony? Was it like, were you nervous?
Oh yeah, definitely. We sat together, and I was not. I mean, I didn't really plan on winning. Honestly, I was positive Miskatonic would win, and I told Jason many times I was pretty sure he would get the silver. The Gauntlet community is much larger than really the OSR community, and the OSR community is so splintered all the time, so it's almost impossible for them to go for anything specific. But it was fun. It was cool. It was a lot. I've never been, so the place that it's in at Union Station is really kind of beautiful and kind of has an exotic look to it with the stained glass windows and arch ceilings. And obviously a lot of us are just standing around in t-shirts and baseball caps though. So we're not like really fancied up or anything, but
for the occasion.
Yeah, it was, it was cool. It was fun. I don't want to hold this up though. So let's go.
Yeah, we just have 15 minutes. So Ibis, you check the chest.
Yes.
So what do you do? Like if you look at it, it does have one big symbol written on top of it, and it does have a lock.
All right. Turn the chest so that when it opens, it will be facing away from me.
Yeah. So you turn it. You can see that the chest is pretty heavy, which is a good sign, I guess.
Okay. Does there any noise? Does it make any noise when I turn it?
Yes.
Clinking noise?
What kind of noise?
Clinking, like coin.
It does clink. Yeah, there's the clinking of coin.
Okay. See if I can open it with if it's unlocked. See if I can open it. Just pull it open.
It is locked.
Okay. Try to unlock it from behind, from this side of it. I know, working basically over the top of the top, and then pulling it open.
You're using your thieves' tools, I guess.
Yes.
So let's see. Pick locks, I would say. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that is a 5.
That's bad.
That is bad.
So you do see. I mean, the lock does open, but you're lying over with your chest over the chest, like the top part, and you feel a burning sensation in your chest. Something burns, like the symbol burns itself into your clothes and into your flesh, and you do take a lot of damage, which is 3. Very, very lucky.
Okay. All right. The armor takes part of that, so I take 2.
It does not. It is piercing. So it's magic. It's magic. So it really burns as if you have now a symbol-shaped tattoo branding in your chest.
Cool. In that case, I scream out and I probably fall backwards because I'm now at 0.
Yeah. You fall backwards, unconscious, but you open the top of the chest, and there's like a pile of silver coins.
All right. Sorry, Ibis, we got to take these coins, but I guess you can't hear me anyway. Let's run out of here fast, everybody.
So what is the rest doing? Your friend is unconscious. Dugal, can you help somehow, or I don't know?
Sorry, I have need. Yeah, I'll go to him. Yeah, quickly. Yeah, as soon as I see the fire or him get back.
And you can still see that the fire is burning under his armor and under his clothes.
Well, then I'll try to extinguish the fire first. So,
yeah, you do that.
Yeah. And see if he's alive, conscious.
He's not.
He's not. Well,
if I see Dougal trying to help him, I'll hand over my healing potion. if we have to. Maybe he can help carry this chest of silver.
So indeed, Dugal, you have Odon's healing potion.
Well, then I'll give him the potion. Yeah, of course.
And what is it? D8?
Yes, D8. Yes.
Yes.
Let's say, Ebius, you roll for yourself. And then while you roll, there's also Elismas. You wanted to check out the bookshelf, I guess? So there are 6 books, and we just use them as back of books. So they have different titles, but it's more or less up to you. Although, when you flip through them, you can see that there's a letter inside the pages of them.
Okay. So, yeah, we'll check the letter.
So the letter is sealed with a red seal and a symbol, and it does say to. There's a name. Let's see. It's written for someone called Zakamala, 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 but it's sealed.
Well, maybe I'll just put it like inside my scroll cube,
Okay.
and I'll check it later.
Yes, awesome. So in order to speed things up, we only have 10 minutes. I would say you search the whole cavern. It's not that big. And only thing that you find that you haven't found until now is a stone lectern. And on the lectern, there is a heavy tome with silver pages. You also found a laboratory with spell components, so it's all more or less interesting for Elismas unless you want to sell the stuff, and you can. So maybe Elismas can write down. You have 3 spells. You find 3 spells in a heavy tome with silver. Really thin silver pages, and the spells are Instant Summon, Unseen Servant, and 7 Gates. You also find, that's interesting for everyone, you find potions, 3 potions, and they all have like a label. They're called Fisherman's Friend, Blind Man's Bluff, and Invincible Statue. And the question is, so you have this heavy chest. The chest itself weighs 2 weight, and there's 500 silver pieces with it, which is 5 weight on top. So it's 7 weight in total. Are you able to carry that?
I can carry 5 weight, so.
So you
yeah,
can.
I'm overloaded, but I'm gonna give some of my load to my higher lane.
Awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I can do. What am I at? 5 left over. I could give my shield, and I could carry the whole thing without being encumbered.
So Thomas is wearing your shield, and then you're carrying the
chest of coins. Yeah,
the chest between you. Cool. So we have the way back is a safe journey, just for the sake of logistics. It's always, you go somewhere, you have adventure. The way back is the way you went. So you just subtract your rations. It's 2 days travel. And if you want
1 day.
Just 1 day.
1 day left, right? Because it took us 2 days to get there and 2 days to get back, so we should all have 1 day left. Yeah.
Yeah, of rations. Yeah.
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 And I would say if you want to sell any of the stuff, we do that the next session, if you all agree.
Sure.
Okay, stop the broadcast.